Hopefully y'all can hear us. Hit me in the comment box. If you can't hear us, that don't make sense though, because if you can't hear us, you won't be able to comment. All right, fuck, we here, dog. Thank y'all for checking us out. This is the Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey Podcast Happy Hour. That means that we've recorded our Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey Podcast for the week, and now we are just going live, talking a little shit. Now, the fun thing about the Happy Hour is we've done 5 episodes, so we are completely drunk. So whatever I talk about at this point is raw and unedited. So we in here, dog. The whole gang is in this bitch as usual, dog. Got my man Angry Principal in the building.
What's up?
Got my man Bo holding it down.
Shade.
And of course, man, it's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205, man. Welcome to the BBW Happy Hour. That's Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey, the podcast. We got a couple things to talk about, but I ain't gonna lie to you. We ain't gonna talk about shit except Coach Prime. Nigga, first of all, college football kicked off this weekend, dog. Couple of nice little games and shit. Shout out to the Howard Bison, who, from what I heard, looked pretty good against Eastern Michigan. I didn't get a chance to see the game, but they ended up taking the L, but shout out to Howard as well. But
Jackson State looked good.
Jackson State looked wonderful.
Really good.
They look great. You know what I'm saying? But the talk of the motherfucking town, Colorado. How about them Buffs? Coach Prime in the motherfucking building talking mo shit. Mo shit.
But is he talking shit or is he just keeping them cats accountable?
He keeping them accountable.
You know what I mean?
Like he said, he got receipts.
Yep.
Dog threw for 500
And 4
10
tutties.
yards. 510.
And 4
4
tutties.
touchdowns.
Mhm.
Let's talk about it, dog. This is his first game out. They've been talking shit. It was a whole thing about him leaving the HBCUs. He here now. TCU was in the fucking bowl championship last year.
Not the bowl championship, the national championship.
The national championship, I'm sorry. They ain't no hoes. 20-point underdogs. 500 motherfucking yards.
And
510 yards.
And 510.
And 4
Put some
tutties.
respect on it.
Let's talk about that shit, dog. So how y'all feeling, dog? This is his first game. You know what I'm saying? What y'all thinking? Niggas was a little pissed that he left HBCU, but we here now.
Look, it's some old white men out there that are mad, right?
Oh, for sure.
So, like, on my way here, driving here, after the game, listen to the radio.
Yeah.
This not even nowhere near Colorado. We in Metro Detroit right now, right? Cats calling up the local radio. Hey, well, I don't like Coach Prime. He's all about him and blah blah blah, and what he need all this other shit. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, he just beat the team that was in the national championship,
Yes.
and his quarterback, his son, that started at HBCU last season,
Who they
with a
talk shit
510 yards and 4 touchdowns.
They talk shit about the people he was facing.
Mm-hmm.
So we here now.
Yep.
And he made it clear. This is the most I've ever had in a game. And I played at HBCU last year.
Ever talk
So you
that
talking
shit.
all that mess about how it's inferior competition, but he couldn't rack up 500 against Alabama A&M or some of the other schools that he may have been dealing with.
Exactly.
He racked up 510
right.
against the quote unquote number 2
And 4
school
touchdowns.
from last year.
Yes, for sure.
That's serious. Talk your
that
shit.
for sure.
He broke a 130-year-old record at the University of Colorado.
Yes. I don't give a. Hey, look.
Cordell Stewart couldn't get close to him.
I'm weak as hell because I don't give a fuck if they don't ever win no other games this season. Nigga, the statement has been made.
Oh, they're going to win next
they
week.
gonna win.
They gonna win.
They're
They gonna beat
playing
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
They gonna beat Nebraska.
They're going to beat the brakes off them.
Yeah, they're gonna beat the brakes
They
off
gonna beat
them.
Nebraska.
And so what do y'all think this do though for Coach Prime and shit? Like, what do y'all think this is gonna do? Is he gonna stay in Colorado for a long time? Maybe not.
Look, he went to Colorado for quote unquote the right reason.
Mm-hmm.
Who wouldn't take you making $350,000 at Jackson State? You making $5 million at Colorado. Most people out here will switch jobs for $10 raise.
Dog.
So you got almost a
Niggas out here
$4.5
changing
million
jobs.
raise.
Losing money.
Right.
Yeah.
You making a $4.5 million raise. Okay, he left Jackson State in better shape than when he got there.
For sure.
He left the SWAC,
He left
in
the conference.
all
Yeah.
HBCU football. He left in better condition than when he got there.
SWAC
I have
and the
zero
MEAC,
problem
yeah,
with him
for sure.
bouncing. I would have loved for him to stay, but he did what he had to do, and he went out and beat the quote unquote number 2 team in the land. They number 17 this year.
Yeah.
But last year they would have been the number 2 team.
Nigga,
He beat
they
him up.
ranked.
He
They
beat him
ranked. And they kicked ass. So this is my thing though. the fact that he won today, obviously Jackson State won as well. If both of them continue to do well, dog, that ain't doing shit but adding to his legacy. It's proving the point that we said last year. If he set the blueprint, and they continue to win, it's like, nigga, he did what he's supposed to do.
But like Bo said, on my way yesterday, I heard one of the people on one of our sports talk radio talk about, I just want Prime to fall on his face with this whole thing. That's some serious hate, man.
That's some serious hate.
Like
why?
Why though?
That means you want some kids to be unsuccessful.
For sure.
You want Prime to be. That's some serious hate. So it's a real deal out there.
Damn. Is it all race?
Nah,
not from our side.
I was just saying, like, is it a race issue though?
Yes, but not from our side.
Or is it just niggas? Or is it just people that don't like Prime?
No,
it's a race.
Like people who don't like people who can talk their stuff and back it up.
Yeah, and he talking shit.
He talking
and
stuff,
I love it.
And he can back it up, and people don't like that. When you that successful, how many bad things can you say about Prime?
Go back to March.
Not nothing.
Go back to April. Well, not so much March, but April, May, June, right? After spring ball, when all these, talking heads on ESPN and Fox and wherever else they had and shit, it was like, he's got 60 new scholarship players. I don't know if this is the way you run a program. I don't know if you run up all these kids and all this other stuff and blah, 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 right? Well, whether or not you agree with his methods, and shit, the shit obviously works, right?
Right, exactly.
But they
were 1-11 last year. How can you complain?
And that's the thing, right? Yeah. So what do you expect from a 1-11 team, right?
1-11.
Ain't
you're going to have a lot of roster turnover, especially when you get a new coach. When you get a new coach, you're going to have a lot of roster turnover anyway, right?
Hell yeah.
And then especially when you are really bad like they were last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just going to happen like that.
Yeah,
right?
and at the end of the day, they kids, man, and that's how that shit work. When the coaches change, sometimes kids just don't want to play for that certain coach.
But here's the thing, though, right? Don't nobody be talking about how like Harbaugh and Nick Saban and everybody else do with these kids. They do the exact same thing in their programs, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You get a certain number of scholarships every year and whatnot, right? And like, it's an old coaching adage, I recruit better than what I have. You know what I mean?
That's the whole point.
Right, exactly, right? So like, you bring in these kids, you promise like, hey, this is going to be here, this is going to be here, this is going to be there. Like, they got to have a scholarship spot somewhere. Like, the SEC been doing that shit for years.
Sure.
Who am I? The whole college football been doing that shit for years. Not just the SEC, right?
Shit.
The whole shit. So
funny
what it
is I've been looking at I've been low key binge watching Ballers and shit, right? I never really looked at that shit, dog. And just like the NCAA, the fucking mafia, nigga. Like the NCAA, the fucking mob, nigga.
Look, if it wasn't for you can say a lot about some of these picks for judges, but Kavanaugh wrote the opinion that said this is modern day slavery, which you having people working for zero pay.
Yeah.
And so for him changing those rules and now you have NIL, that was a huge game changer.
Yeah, right? For sure.
And so now Coach Prime just happened to play the game better than everybody else.
That's it.
Get over it.
Right. How you gonna be mad about that?
I gotta disagree with you a little bit, right? So like
about the NCAA.
I think NCAA used to be the mob, but I don't think they are no more. I think the niggas getting broke up, right? And I think these college presidents are starting to realize that shit, and that's why you see all this conference movement, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, it's really going to be the Big Ten and the SEC eventually, right? Yeah. And they're going to tell the NCAA, hey, you can have the leftovers, bro. Do whatever the fuck you want with them, right? But we going to do this shit, you know what I mean? Because all that TV money, the TV money is the best on the field. Yeah. But the Big Ten got billions of TV money and shit. Yeah. Billions.
And now you got California and Washington. That's serious,
bro. Right. Come on,
UCLA,
add UCLA to that motherfucker.
That California
Oregon
money
coming.
The same way they put Rutgers in for that New York money, they put in UCLA for that California
Which was
money.
funny as hell.
UCLA and USC. Like, them niggas is minutes apart from each other. Like, they got the whole LA market now.
Yeah.
Facts. No, that's for sure. I really didn't see the Rutgers shit happen. Like, I don't even know why that happened to this day, but
it was all money.
It's all money.
It's all money.
All money.
It's all
you want
money,
that New York media.
Yeah.
That's 6-7 million people watching your stuff.
And so how much, so we talking about, like, Dawg doing pretty well. And I think he more than likely is going to do real well during the season. There's some talk that maybe he could fuck around with the Heisman and shit. Do y'all think that, like, his Heisman votes and shit could get skewed because niggas just don't like Coach Prime?
Absolutely.
Now that's fucked up.
Because the cats in the media, they vote, right?
Coaches they vote. Exactly.
The cats in the media, some of them get a vote, right? Mm-hmm. And like, they're going to be stuck on that old shit or,
that's going to be some whole shit, though.
But, man, you got 2 players in the Heisman conversation right now off one team. Mm-hmm. Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter.
2 niggas from HBCUs.
From HBCUs. They played at Jackson State last year.
For sure.
Travis Hunter, the truth, man.
Oh, he's best player in college football.
He was the truth when he came out. He's the best player in the country. Shit, he was the truth then. I don't know why niggas act like he was somebody else. That nigga been him Hardaway.
Because he didn't make the choice that they wanted him to make.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it, angry principle.
Dog, that shit wild as hell, though. You wouldn't think that this far along in life, dog, that race would still be playing such a big issue. And especially sports that we fucking dominate. Or at least our players dominate. We don't dominate shit else, like an ownership and nothing else. That's a whole nother conversation and shit, though. But first of all, I just want to say this. I am happy for that team, dog. I'm happy for Coach Prime. Talk as much fucking shit as you want to, dog, because, like, you deserved it. And then, like, people talking about, he making it all about him. Like, they did that.
Yep,
they did that. The media did that. Everybody did that. Made this whole situation about him. He didn't do that. Y'all did that shit. So now he talking.
What was the first thing he did after the game, right? The reporters come up to him trying to, hey, coach, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we played well. Here go my quarterback and my DB. Talk to them and shit, right?
Yeah, talk to the
First
team.
thing he did.
Exactly.
He got himself out the picture very fast.
Exactly. That's some.
He said God was good, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Talk to my son, talk to my other son.
Yeah, them motherfuckers balling, though. I'm excited about that shit, dog.
But we ain't mentioning his other son. We ain't mentioning Shiloh, really.
Right.
Shiloh had 10 tackles, like 2 pass breakups or something.
There you go. Exactly. He doing his thing, too. Like, he brought the gang with him. He brought his coaching style with him, and it's working.
It's working.
Stop fucking hating. Like, simple as that. All right, so I got to talk about this. All right, I know we're talking about the game that happened today, but I got to talk about Danny Cannell weak ass. All right, the definition of a fucking company man, bro. So Dawg been talking a little shit about Florida State, which, whatever. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, as black men, I think we understand that schools take advantage of us. Always have. Schools take advantage of us. They worry about getting you in that bitch so they can, I ain't going to call it the quota, but they worry about getting you in there. They don't give a fuck about keeping you. And then, like, with Prime, he brought TV money to Florida State. Why nobody checking for Florida State before he got there? Like, in real life.
Not like they were.
Not like they were.
Yeah.
So he brought that. So, like, for my mans to get on there and like, basically defending Florida State, saying that Coach Prime shouldn't be saying shit about Florida State because, quote unquote, they gave you your chance to shine. They retired your jersey. Man, fuck Florida State. Nigga, Florida State owe him. He don't owe them shit. And that's what, but white motherfuckers be swearing that like niggas owe somebody something. Like, motherfucker, you benefited more from me than I benefited from you. So fuck them. At the end of the day, and when he said that shit, I'm just like, I just think of corporate America, dog. And that shit is like, nigga, you the corporate man. And that's cool. Nigga, there's a lot of company men out here. That's what they do. But leave me the fuck alone.
Right, but remember, Florida State didn't hire Prime when they had a chance to get him. They decided not to hire him. They went with somebody else.
They had a chance.
So he went down to Jackson State, balled out.
Hell yeah.
Got himself a new position. He's out west. He's doing what he got to do in Colorado. He just embarrassed everybody.
Hell yeah.
Every talking head that was not on Coach Prime's head, what was that, game day today? 3 out of 5 went with TCU.
I mean, of course, it's 20-point underdog.
So I can't wait to listen to Rich Eisen and who always backs Prime, and a couple others of these talking heads to find out what they got to say now after he beat the brakes off of TCU. That was a quiet stadium today.
I'm waiting on somebody.
Y'all saw my text?
Yeah,
it's quiet up in there, man.
Yeah, I'm waiting on somebody to say, "Damn, we was wrong." That's all. I'm just waiting on that. When that's gonna happen? Like, you know what? We was wrong about Prime.
That ain't gonna never happen.
That shit ain't gonna never fucking happen. But like that shit with Danny Cannell, I was so pissed about that though. Company man, my nigga, like go. First of all, you Danny Cannell, nigga. That's not saying a whole lot, but
I honestly don't know who that is.
Another Florida State.
That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. I don't know who he is.
Played for the Giants for a little bit.
He played. But it's just like, nigga, don't go. Them niggas don't give a fuck about you either. No. While you in this motherfucker trying to champion for them, they don't give a fuck about you either, nigga. Like I was just mad about that shit. But anyway, fuck all that.
But hold on, this is add a side point that has nothing to do with this conversation. You know the comedian Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He got that movie that just came out called The Machine.
I know you're talking about.
He's a white comedian who always take his shirt off.
Always take his shirt off.
His comedy.
Little fat nigga, like Bushwick Bill looking ass nigga.
He hilarious.
Low key, the nigga was on Drink Champs. That's the only reason I knew he was. He was on Drink Champs. Yeah.
But his his podcast, Two Bears One Cave, was pretty good. It's fun.
Okay.
So, you know the movie Van Wilder.
Yep.
It was based on his life.
Oh shit.
That's okay. So that's
That I
like so.
didn't know.
Anyway,
Yeah, that I
Bert
didn't
Kreischer talked about how, he went to Florida State, but he spent most of his time over at FAMU.
Oh, fuck with the niggas. Huh?
Right. So it's out there that's where you need to be hanging out. So that JSU connection with Prime, that's a huge thing. The fact that all these black college players came in and whooped up on the team that played for the national championship last year.
Exactly.
Man, I'm loving this. Your blackness must make you. Coach, vote for Coach Prime or at least cheer for him. I hope he does well because he's shutting everybody up.
Yeah, and I feel like it's opening the door still. Even though he not at Jackson State no more, winning over here is still gonna help HBCUs because he proven that this same talent can go over here and do the same shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
and you said it was inferior talent, but they went up against superior talent, and beat the brakes off of 510 yards.
Man, what? I'm so happy.
20-point underdogs.
I'm so happy for the niggas out here.
You said 20 points?
20 points.
So,
I didn't even know that.
Somebody made some bills off this
hold up.
game.
I'm about to get to that, right? So, like,
somebody made money.
I do a little sport bet myself, and I usually don't bet with my emotions, but I let this kind of change me a little bit. Let's just say I made a little small come up thanks to Coach Prime. Okay? You know what I mean? So Coach Prime, appreciate you, bro.
Right.
All right.
No, I made a little small little come up, little situation. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you know.
I guess the best part is them talking this shit right now.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
And it's talking shit and it's easy because like it really happened. Like you're not even talking about some shit that could happen, some shit that should happen. You talking about the shit that happened. Like nigga, this went down.
But see, people will start calling. They can be like, "Oh, he's cocky. He's arrogant." Blah blah. He ain't saying nothing but the truth. That's all he's saying, right?
I mean, what the fuck they want to say? Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what they want him to say.
They want him to be humble, blah blah blah.
After that win, you deserve to be as arrogant as you want to be.
First of all, the idea that somebody expecting Prime to be humble is fucking asinine, nigga. This nigga ain't never been humble.
Ever,
nigga. So like, dog, the
but it's not like he didn't back it up.
Right, and that's the thing. He's always backed up. Whatever he talked about and shit, he always has.
If anybody expect that nigga to be humble, it's gonna go crazy this weekend.
Right.
We only seen the beginning of the motherfucking commentary. Well, wait till next week, boy. Niggas gonna be saying shit that might get their ass fired.
Hey, I can't wait till Monday morning to start listening.
No, it's gonna go crazy.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna go crazy, dog. Shout out to Coach Prime, dog. We got some more shit to talk about, or we was just talking about Coach Prime?
Yeah, I got some shit to talk about, man.
Let's talk about something else.
Y'all know what's going on with Jonathan Taylor?
I know. What's up?
He ain't getting paid. Y'all know Jonathan Taylor is, right? Running back for the Colts.
Yeah.
He's the best running back in the league and shit, right?
He's
still on his rookie deal. So typically, the year before that, last year in rookie deal, you rework that contract and shit, right?
Right.
So like, he been balling.
He been playing good. Yeah.
He's like, I want to get paid, and them niggas ain't paying. Don't play like no. So like,
so he got a rookie contract right now.
Yeah. So and what happened is like, I guess he was like, he told his agent, I want to look for a trade and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then he finally got permission from the Colts to look for the trade, but the Colts, they being real patronizing about that shit, right? So like they went to the Dolphins. It's like, hey, we want Jalen Waddle. We'll give you Jonathan Taylor. Ain't nobody in their right mind trading fucking Jalen Waddle for nobody.
You ain't getting that.
Going into it, you were not getting this nigga, right? And so that's the game they playing right now because they don't want to pay this nigga.
That's like interviewing the black coach, knowing you ain't gonna hire him. Type shit.
The Rooney Rule shit. That's exactly it.
I'm gonna we interviewed him, knowing you ain't gonna hire that nigga.
And Irsay. And like the owner, Irsay, and like just to throw some shade at this nigga, this nigga Irsay gave up $20 million to fly a fucking orca, a killer whale from across the country or some shit for some organization or whatever, right? Why this nigga asking for some money and shit? They tell him they can't pay this nigga. You know what I mean? So like,
wow,
exactly, asshole, right?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is this: since the whole league is trying to devalue
the running back
value
position
of a running back, is that conspiracy?
It's collusion.
It's collusion.
Yeah, that's the right word. That's the right
collusion.
It's collusion for sure.
But collusion's so hard to prove, though. You know what I mean? A la Donald Trump and shit. You know what I mean?
But coaches and owners and shit, that's like a fucking secret society, nigga. Like they put shit in motion and everything just go the way they fucking want it to go. Yeah. Like how is it? Like for real, about like the NFL. Shit, my nigga Burger checking in. What up, B?
What up, Burger?
the NFL owners, nigga, like in real life, you can have $1 bazillion, and if they don't let you buy a team, you can't buy a team.
Yeah.
Where the fuck they do that at? That's like some real gang shit. Like, nigga, I got the money, but if you and fucking
don't like me,
I can't buy the motherfucker.
But that old money,
that's crazy.
They always do that shit. They been doing that shit since the beginning of whenever and shit. Old money, you know, they only let certain people in the club and shit, you know.
How is that shit even like? How can you still do that? Like, I can have $1 billion, I can't buy the team because you said I can't.
It's playing the rules to your advantage.
Yeah,
you know, it's a private organization. Yeah. It's not publicly traded. The only publicly traded company is Green Bay.
Yeah,
and even then, you still gotta be a part of a private company, and that's the NFL. So it's different rules.
You going to work on Tuesday, right? Mm-hmm. You put in some hours, you get a paycheck, right? Money, motherfucker. Right? So I'm going to work on Tuesday too, right? Because they give me money for my time and shit, you know?
That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
That shit wild, man. That shit wild as hell.
I said white.
White. Exactly. White.
I said super collusion.
Super collusion. But like you said, it's too hard to prove, and it ain't shit you can do about it for real. If y'all just now checking in on our live, man, this is the BBW Happy Hour. That's Beers, Bourbon, Whiskey, the podcast where we review bourbons and whiskeys. We have just got done recording our episodes for the month. But so now we just here live talking shit. So if you're watching right now, you can drop a comment into the comment box. Right now we talking about Coach Prime. We talking about motherfucking NFL collusion. Talking about all kind of shit.
One more thing about that though, man. And like, they be so smart about this shit, dude. Like, cause they got this nigga Jonathan Taylor, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't have to give him a new contract. Mm. They let his contract run out, and they'll just franchise him, right? So he still ain't getting the money he's supposed to get, right? Damn. So it's like, you damn, you do, you damn, and like, so at that point, do you blame like the owners and the organizations or whatnot, or do you go back to the NFLPA? That's representation. Back to the players union.
Gotcha.
And like, hey man, we need to address this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
This shit can keep happening. It's gonna keep happening.
Right.
I wonder what that is though. You think that's some personal shit? Cause like, why wouldn't they just do it?
Because running backs last 3-4 fucking years, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like Jonathan Taylor, he want all this guaranteed money and shit, right? So you know, owners obviously is like, damn, for this position, and we got to give him all this guaranteed money. He may go blow out his knee and be done or whatever, right? Yeah. So they trying to devalue the position. Like, cause look, you look at the Chiefs last season, Super Bowl champs. Mm-hmm. Who was their number one running back?
So they had a 1 and 2.
Say again?
They had a 1 and 2. They had like a couple niggas.
Yeah, but who was their number one running back?
Shit, I don't know.
Isaiah Pacheco. He was a rookie.
Right.
Out of Rutgers. Yeah. You know what round they drafted him in?
5th.
The 7th.
7th.
So you know what they paying him? Like $300,000.
Right. Hella
right. And won the Super Bowl with his nigga.
Yeah, this nigga this nigga get paid like the practice squad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, practice squad get paid for like $5-6 grand a week. You know what I mean?
And now he that's his contract.
Mm-hmm.
A Super Bowl winning tailback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see how that shit.
7th round pick.
Now he's stuck in that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Damn. That's crazy though.
And it's wild.
And then like you said, the dog goes just be out this bitch spending crazy money.
Mm-hmm. So like, you know, these owners, and like at some point you kind of like, how can you blame them? Because it's like, I can go draft and they got a 6th, 7th round, pay them $500,000, but you want to resign for $10 million a year, right? And so, I mean, damn, like, that's what I'm saying. You got to involve the players union in that shit, man. You got to get them involved in that shit.
But that's what the Lions did. They got rid of,
they went to the Saints,
They let him go.
And Swift.
And went and drafted a rookie. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they really are trying their best to devalue the position, but that's jacked up when every single team is doing the same thing. That's collusion.
That's collusion. Yep.
That's collusion.
Now, what we gonna do about it though? Ain't shit we can do about
it? They gotta go through their players union, man.
And that shit gonna take fucking forever.
Forever. And the owners got the power.
First, you got to get a players union that's for the players. You got to get a players union that's for the players.
Right. Yeah.
And not as an extra arm for the commissioner. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shit wild. This shit a dirty game, my nigga.
It is.
This shit a dirty game.
It is.
There ain't no way I tell my child to go play football just based off the way they run their rules.
Exactly. I ain't doing that shit.
It's horrible.
Don't play football.
It's rough, man.
You going to play tennis, basketball, or baseball?
Speaking of tennis,
especially baseball.
Y'all see old girl get after that ref? Coco Golf, she got after her, boy.
So I don't know if she was.
Her.
I don't know if she was wrong or right because I didn't see what the call was.
I don't know shit about tennis, but for all the commentators, it seemed like she was right. You know what I mean? Because like it seemed like everybody was agreeing with her. Like, yeah, you know, she should have done this or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. So no, I see that shit. I didn't know what the fuck happened. All I knew was like she was arguing so hard that she got to be right. Like she got it. Like for real, that's how I thought. She got to be right. Yep. If she doing this much, nigga, and she wrong, then she wild as hell. Definitely got to be right.
Yep.
So we didn't talk about motherfucking collusion.
Black sports.
What else we want to talk about, dog, before we get out of here and start getting completely drunk?
Mitch McConnell.
What you want to say about Mitch?
The glitch in the Matrix.
Mitch.
That nigga froze for the second time. Like
that shit happened again?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tripping. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it happened again, bro.
Happened
again.
Oh, shit. Dude froze.
What you think that nigga is? He AI and shit?
No, he old.
I think he old, nigga.
He 80, 81. He old.
No, he might be dead, nigga.
I love my dad. I love my dad.
It's Bernie.
But he 80.
Yeah, we get that Bernie.
I love my dad, but he 80. I don't need you out here doing nothing. Go home, chill out.
Go home, dude. Yeah, chill.
You don't work long enough. You don't need to be out here doing nothing else except for enjoying your life.
That nigga said
this dude is 81 and sat there and they asked, well, what do you think about your chances with being reelected? Silence.
Silence, bro.
Cricket was froze.
Yeah.
Silence.
They was like, sir, did you hear me?
He was looking dead in the camera.
Yeah. And was stuck.
Nothing.
Fuck, boy,
one woman came up next to him, said, you okay?
Like, you cool?
Silence.
So look, they never said what happened.
Then a dude came up next to him.
Yeah.
Said, okay, we'll take another question from the still silence. My man, he old. That's all it is to it. He old.
Shout out to my man B Ty checking in. What up, dog? Like Coke checking in. What's good, dog? If you just now checking in right now, dog, this is Beers Bourbon Whiskey, the happy hour, dog. We over here talking a little shit after we recorded our podcast for the month.
We hyped because of Coach Prime.
We turned up because of Coach Prime, man. Shout out to Coach Prime, kicking ass today and shit, dog. Mitch McConnell, though, not just Mitch, but like all these old ass politicians. Like, are we ever gonna get like a uptrend of youthful? Do that ever happen though? At some point, all these motherfuckers was young, right? Because they've been in this bitch for 50 years.
Nah, they came in midway through the game, so they were in their 60s when they got in the game.
Got you.
Mitch McConnell, he got in when he was in his upper 40s.
Okay.
So he's been in the game long enough that he's the most powerful because he know where all the bodies are buried.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, you 80.
Yeah. We need some young.
The same way you make everybody retire at 65, same thing need to happen in Congress.
So voting coming up, since we talking about this shit.
I'm about to say, like, I ain't voting no way. So, like, I don't know.
Voting coming up.
I mean, the only nigga I'd probably vote for would be motherfucking Gary Chambers for anything out there, right? But outside of that.
You ain't gonna vote for our dog? Motherfucking, what's this nigga name? Goddamn. I'm high.
The actor?
No, nigga, our nigga. Used to be the Surgeon General. Attorney, nigga. Gray beard, nigga, old nigga, always talking shit.
Oh, you talking about
fuck? Why I can't think of this nigga name?
I can't think of his name either. Malcolm
X, right?
No,
that
not
nigga.
Malcolm X, but
our nigga. You know who our nigga is, dog?
Cornel West.
Yes, nigga, goddamn.
Oh, I'm voting for Cornel West just for the fun.
Just for the fun of it?
Just for the novelty of saying I voted for Cornel West because most of what he's saying, it's hard for you to argue with it.
Yeah, it's hard.
He right.
But it's Cornel West, though.
And still, he got a really low puncher's chance of winning.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still, he gonna out debate everybody.
But you know what I hate, and Angry Prince, well, I know, I understand. Everybody should vote, all the importance of that shit, right? But what I absolutely hate is when people say that they go vote for Cornel West and black people say, that's just gonna fuck up the votes for the Democratic Party. Dog, stop acting like the Democratic Party has done anything for your ass. Stop, nigga. Stop. At the end of the day, nigga, I don't know who you taking votes from, but in real life, the parties are two sums of the whole, nigga. That means that they are all the fucking same. So even if I'm not gonna tell you to
White
vote,
liberals might even be worse because they do the shit covertly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now, even if I ain't gonna tell you to vote, I'm gonna at least say this, dog. When you vote, don't be voting because of a party, because that shit means absolutely nothing. Like it really don't mean shit. I wish they would really break the reins on that shit. At some point, dog, it don't matter what party you fucking working for because they all working for the same fucking union. Like it's that. Nigga, you losing. So Your best bet is to pay attention to your local shit. I know the Supreme Court justices are important.
You're right with that locals.
Yeah.
The local, because that's where it has the most bang for your buck.
For sure. That's what you gonna actually see.
We're gonna agree to disagree on your best bet.
Your best bet is to what?
I ain't gonna say what
overthrow the government.
I ain't gonna say what the best bet is.
That's the best bet. Overthrow the government.
The best bet is go out and get you some firearms and get trained. And
so while we sit here talking to the Proud Boys over here,
the Proud
Boys, still got.
I'm just saying.
We the proudest fuck boys.
Right.
No, you can't put fuck boys together. I just don't expect
the institution that has been historically racist and shit for forever, 400 years, 300 years. Yeah, for all the years. Just to automatically just be good because I voted for this man that gave a good speech one day and happens to say, they listen to Snoop Dogg and maybe they smoke weed once or some shit. Like, I don't know.
And then also for niggas watching, and I say niggas because that's what I said. So for niggas watching, I may or may not vote. Like, I'll be on the fence with that shit. Like, sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to vote. Sometimes I feel like I am going to vote. But I'm going to tell you this, though. This is for certain. And I don't know who go be the other motherfuckers running. But I am not voting for fucking Biden if he run again. I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry. Even if he the fucking Democratic Party representative, then just know that I am not voting for him. I'm hopeful that Cornel West actually do this shit and run for it. I probably would fuck around and throw a vote for him. But like, I'm not voting for fucking Joe Biden no more. It's a wrap. And I know you say there's some things that he's done, got into a position that works for black people and shit, but I guess it's just a government thing. I don't think that nobody has our best interest in it. Yeah, he's just too old.
He's definitely old.
He's just too old. Yeah,
I'm not gonna take that away from him. Yeah, he definitely.
That nigga like 90 or some shit.
he'll be 81 if he gets elected president.
He literally looked like they dug the nigga up. You know what I mean? It's like, hey man. We're gonna put a suit on you and shit, okay?
They dug that nigga up on How High. Remember they was digging niggas up? Trying to smoke that nigga.
Yeah, he is Weekend at Bernie's. No
Weekend at Bernie's, dog.
No doubt.
Dog.
That nigga always be falling, too.
Always falling.
And they be putting niggas on bike. Like,
the nigga falling on the bike was the funniest shit ever.
Why y'all put this dude on the bike, man? Just keep him off all bikes and whatnot, okay?
Hey, he took that roll like a G, though.
He did.
He rolled and got himself together, so I got nothing to say.
That's all I got to say. I ain't got no other topics, man. Y'all got some other shit to talk about, or we done?
Kamala back there sitting like this, making the evil fingers and shit, like she up to something. Well, I don't know what it is, but
she might be dead too. Nigga. She might not be there. They might have assassinated her earlier.
But more and more I watch her, the more I feel like she is the puppet master right now.
Yeah.
Because she in the background just running. To me, she's running stuff. Because when she does talk, you get the sound bite, but Biden falls right in lockstep with her. So, I'm gonna go with the play in the game.
Joe, go eat your oatmeal, okay?
That's right.
Make your oatmeal, Joe.
It feels like she's running the game from behind the scenes, and that works for me. I'm good with that.
Crushing his medicine up in the jello. God damn. I'm done with that shit, dog. Yo, what else y'all want to talk about before we get out of here, dog?
Shit. I'm just hyped with Coach Prime.
Yes.
It's made me excited about college football this year. And I'm not the biggest football fan, so for me to get hyped about it,
that's what's up.
Prime is doing it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's it for me, man. Hyped about Coach Prime, man. Doing his thing out here.
Definitely bringing some excitement
man,
back.
It would be class if he goes 11-1. And you got to put him in the conversation. But to watch everybody scramble not to put him in the conversation for the football playoff, that's going to be funny to watch.
Just to see how hard they working to make that.
They working hard to make sure he doesn't get the popularity vote
for sure
for Coach of the Year or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's definitely swept under the rug.
Think about all them players that went to him. They transferred to him. They didn't choose some other place. They were in the transfer portal and went willingly to Colorado.
Right.
All these
losing ass program.
All these kids from SEC country and
Big Ten country, Eric Bieniemy.
They decided to go out to the Rocky Mountains and play football for Coach Prime,
where you can't even hardly breathe.
Right. Shout out, you know better than anybody.
Shout out to the thin atmosphere in that motherfucker, dog. Fat is not fat nigga friendly, dog. Just tell you that much.
So Eric Bieniemy, real quick.
Yeah.
Y'all hear
Speaking
about
of which,
y'all hear the thing about the so like
Oh, he too intense.
Yeah, supposedly a lot of players and Washington
players
complaining
saying,
about
yeah,
him. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's that mean? Quit being a bitch.
No,
That's
for
right.
real.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Come
nigga.
on,
You
man.
get paid to play football and you worried about him being
got-
too intense?
Right, how many Super Bowls this nigga done won?
You a grown
Shut
man.
the fuck up and take the coaching, bro.
You a grown man.
Man.
You a grown man acting like a bitch.
Simple as that. We're winning Super Bowls. I am not complaining about this man's coaching.
Right?
We're winning Super Bowls,
Come on,
nigga.
man.
Crazy.
Your first endorsement check off of your Super Bowl win is enough for you to take that coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The first time you put that ring on is enough for you to take that coach.
Yep.
Shut up, man.
Right.
You a grown ass man.
Right.
He too mean to me. Cut his ass,
I
please.
feel like that's how you said it too.
he hurt my
He's
feelings.
just too mean.
He hurt my feelings. Man, fuck you.
Right. Fuck you.
You're a grown ass man. Playing football.
Yes.
Talking about somebody talking mean to me.
That's it.
Yes.
Real
Fuck
shit.
you.
Fuck
I
you, for real.
hope. I hope the Commanders. I hate to say it because I want Bieniemy to win.
Right.
Because I know that's the only way he's gonna wind up his own head coaching.
Yeah.
But the players that went and complained about that shit,
Yeah.
I don't wish nothing bad on them. I just hope they don't get in the game.
There you
Because
go.
fuck them, man.
I hope they got cut.
Hey, see, Doug, check in.
hope
What up,
so.
though, Doug?
Duh, what's happening, baby?
What up,
Oh,
Doug?
man.
Yeah, we gotta get the Grand Rapids and shit, Doug. All right, on that note, shit,
mean to me.
we gonna
talk
get
bad
up.
to
We'll
me.
get up out here so I can eat some more.
I don't like
And to be smoke talked some to more.
like that. Fuck you.
Again, shout out to Coach Prime, dog.
Quit being a bitch.
Yo, this is the happy hour, dog. We just on here a little
the
inebriated.
Commanders are the biggest bunch of bitches I've ever seen in the NFL.
Oh, that shit pissed you off.
It pissed me
Oh, that
off,
shit
man.
pissed you off.
Because you talk to me mean. Now I can see if it was some little white woman Karen trying to that bullshit. Because I've had that happen to me.
Right.
Oh, you were yelling at me. You haven't heard me yell, motherfucker.
Right.
If you want to hear some yelling, I could do that.
Right.
But you are a grown ass man getting paid to play football, and you worried about him talking mean to me. Man, fuck, get him off the team. Cut his ass right fucking now.
And that's all that need to be said.
Bitches.
That's it. So make sure you
Commanders are
check out
bitches.
the.
They need to change their name from the Commanders to the bitches and call it a day. Because
Yo.
whoever that was is a significant part of that team.
Yeah.
And you went into the head coach and act like a bitch. And his little bitch ass went and said, well, yeah, some of the players are talking about he's a little too intense. Bitches.
I can't talk like that to a nigga who win the championship.
You still
I just can't. Like
even as the head coach, you can't talk because he got rings that you don't. So you
that
a
part.
bitch. If you a bitch for feeling insecure about him coming in and coaching your players like you should have been doing for the last 3 years.
That nigga big
Bitches.
Man. That nigga big man.
Hey.
I'm big on manhood. If you a man, you gotta act like a man.
Act like a man.
If you don't act like a little bitch, and you getting played to play a violent sport.
All right.
V
Little
checking
bitch.
in. What up, though, V?
Bitches. Sorry, y'all. Bitches is the code word for the day.
On that note, dog. Yeah, so we done with happy hour. We about to go get drunk some more. Make sure that you check out all the new episodes every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on www.everybodylovesbbw.com. Check out.
I thought you was about to say UPN for some reason.
You
I don't know why I just said. Remember the frog? It's Michigan J Frog.
Yes, Michigan J Frog, dog.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yo,
My
we
bad.
out here, dog. Check out all the replays, man. Make sure you check out the merch. Also, t-shirts, hats, coffee mugs, glasses, all kind of shit, man. www.everybodylovesbbw.com. That's beards, bourbon, whiskey, the podcast, dog. We about this thing. Got my man Angry Principal in the building.
Commanders are bitches. Drink what you like, how you like.
Got my man Bo holding it down.
Shout out to Coach Prime. I say, baby.
For sure. Shout out to Coach Prime. Shout out to everybody checking us out. Shout out to my nigga Dub and shit checking us out in the comments. Yo, we out here, dog. It's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205, man. Peace out, y'all.